Good morning. It's me again, Daryl. I'm back with another one. No, I guess you can see the bikes behind me, but no, it's not going to be a bike video this time. Winter's coming. It's October the something, 20th or something. I don't know. Lose track of time when you're retired. Winter's coming, and I want to get my generator rigged up. Partly for here in the shop for working, and partly for the house sort of deal. But I have my generator in one of those plastic garbage boxes. And with the generator running in there, if I have the doors open, it's extremely loud. The way my property is situated is I have the yard, and then there's a pond that way, and the sound just goes way across the pond, and it bothers everybody, I guess. I don't know if it's going to bother anybody, but I just want to keep it quiet. So what I'm going to do is I want to be able to close the doors, close the lid. I have the generator running, and without an exhaust outside, inside that compartment gets extremely warm. With the heat of the generator and the heat of the exhaust blowing in there. Even though I have a fan and some vents in the back, it still doesn't get rid of the heat quick enough. So I'm going to keep the fan in there, but I'm putting the exhaust outside. So I bought a little muffler off of Amazon, and I'm going to use a bunch of scrap pipe and stuff that I've got around here. Do it as cheaply as possible. And if you want to come along with me, I'll show you how I did it. Okay? Stay tuned. This is my generator setup. 7800 Champion. I bought this, well, about 7-8 years ago when I was in Ontario, and we use this at my place on natural gas. It's so great. You just start the thing up and you're done. But since I've moved to central Newfoundland, there's no natural gas here. I will not put gas in it unless it's absolutely necessary because of the crap that happens to the carburetor and that. So this is getting all done. This is all done with propane. There's my propane tank over here. There's a mess back here, but this is the hidey spot. So the generator's in a shed, and it's loud because it's captured in here and it gets hot. This is why I have the fan here. I have a little house fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up, and we're going to do a decibel thing before and after. So when I get the muffler on, we'll do another decibel thing and see if there's any difference. Okay, so we're going to put you over here. So right now, you're about 10 feet away from the generator. You can see that. And I have to have the doors open for air circulation because this thing gets hot. So this is about as loud as my Harley is, for freak's sake. So, kind of excuse the mess here, but I'm working on half a dozen different projects here at one time. Here's my diabolical plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, get rid of this muffler, because it doesn't even sound like there's anything in there to muffle. It's just a chamber, I think. I'm going to put this muffler on, which I got off of Amazon. I read a couple of reviews, and people have used them on generators. They seem to have good baffling inside. I don't know if you can... Oh, that's all right. Let me see if I can get a light down there. Yeah, let me get around this side so I can show you. I don't think you're going to be able to see down there. Seems to be good baffling. It's not a heavy muffler. Sorry again. It's not a heavy muffler, but it's a muffler. So it comes with a flange and a gasket and some bolts. So what I'm going to do, my plan is, I'm going to cut this off, and I've got a whole bunch of pipe from one of those portable garages that blew apart. You know, they rot and they just fall apart. I've got one down there, and I've just got an old tarp over it just for the girls to get out of the rain and the weather. So this is the input underneath here. Oops, this way. So what I was doing is this is 1 inch and this is 1 inch. I could probably just clamp everything together, but I'm going to do a bit of welding. Maybe. I haven't really planned this out yet, but I'm going to bolt this. It goes on to the generator. A piece of pipe outside the box. I'll put a hole in the box. Piece of pipe outside. And I found it's a little larger, but this will go in here, which gives me a 90. I'll cut it here. I have to fill in a hole. That's no problem. I'll bring that up and then either put my muffler or put another piece of this in here, which I know you get an edge and all that stuff, edge against edge, but it's only a exhaust. So I'll bring another piece of this stuff up, the small stuff, bring it up, and then put my muffler up in the air here a bit to kind of disperse the sound out farther so it's not inside the container, the shed thingy. So in theory, I'm hoping that the dispersing of the sound will make it a little bit less annoying. So that's my plan. I will do most of the work and then come back and show you me either putting it all together in the shed, or I will show you a little bit of me doing a little bit of the work, I think. Okay, we'll get back at her in a second. So this is what I came up with. Sorry I didn't bring you through the whole process, but it was kind of a figure it out as I go. So the piece that was on the old muffler, I cut it off, cut a few small slits, heated it up, tapped that inside, put just a gear clamp around it. So that goes on to the generator, comes through. I have a plate, which I'll show you out there, that I'm going to put in. I made a hole 2.5 inches round or something. I think it was 2.5 inches round. So just a piece of sheet metal that I had laying around. That goes on there. Then I found the piece of angle pipe. I brazed up the hole in the back. I added another piece here, brazed it around. Didn't clean anything up yet. Brazed it around so it wouldn't fall down. Brazed up that hole. Where are you? Right there. Brazed up that hole. And then I did the same thing again. I just put a few slits in the top. So I'm going to put a clamp on. I put the base on the muffler. Slide that in. I'll do up my clamp. And that'll be my exhaust. What I need to do now is I'm going to have to get a piece of flat bar about 7 inches long to go from either the wall or whatever the shed over, because it's probably going to fall. I don't want it to move because it's going to be pretty stationary. like I said, I wanted to do this just with junk I had laying around. I didn't want to go out and buy much stuff. So the only thing I bought was a muffler, and I'm going to buy the piece of flat bar to make a brace for the side of it to keep the muffler up and keep it from moving. Okay, so when we come back now, boop, it'll be just a blink of an eye for you, but I'll have to go to town, get some flat bar, drill it out, bend it, get it all set up, ready to go, and I'll kind of put you through the putting it together process. And then we'll do a decibel reading on that. Okay? Kind of set up here. Hopefully you can see that in there. I cut about a 2 1/4 inch hole, 2.5 inch hole in the side of it. And what I did was I put a piece of plate on the outside with some sheet metal screws, which keeps my exhaust away from the plastic. So then all I did was the angle one. I'm just going to slide it on, and I'm going to put a brace up here on this thing. I'll get you in for the final go around. Say that just slides down into there. So what I'm going to do is, I got that loosened up. Not enough. Loosen that up nicely. Slide that down. Get it where I want it here. Straight up and down. Get my little muffler on here with the end pointed outwards, which I'm going to have to put a little rain cap or something on. Until I can make one of those, I'm going to have to just put a cap or something over it. So there. Back to the street. Get back straight. Tighten that in nice and tight. So then all I have is a couple of wood screws, deck screws. I'm going to put a piece of wood in behind. And I missed. Just got to go over a little bit right there. Oops. Try that again. There. Put that one on a little bit of an angle up. There we go. Beautiful. Tighten that up a little bit more. Got more turns on there. Snug that up. There we go. Okay. So we're going to bring you over here. You're, I think, roughly where you were last time. So let's see what happens. We shouldn't have to prime this thing this time. There's the decibel meter. It's down 82, 83. So now with the doors closed, we're down to 77. 76, 77. Now once I get that insulated, I'm pretty sure I can even get that down further. Yeah, I'm liking that.